My God siblings, welcome back. What's up, God siblings, God sisters, God brothers? What's up? Let's hang out. I'm gonna get this air conditioner going on in this car. You know, that's one good thing about electric is that, you know, you never wanted to use your air conditioner before because you didn't want to use all the gas. Now I'm an electric, I have the air conditioner going all the time. But you guys know how California works. we go to all electric, now they're shutting off our power. But I got electric power tools, electric cars, everything's electric, and now here they are shutting off our power. But I still appreciate all the electric. What do you guys think? You guys like that everything's going from gas to electric? Man, what are all these hot rod enthusiasts gonna do? You know, I love my quiet cars and all that, but when I see a car show, I appreciate those people with their loud cars and their car shows, and even when a motorcycle drives by, you know, and I'm like, look, because it was so loud. Even though I don't want to own one, I do appreciate that those things got gas and motors and power. You know, I call that the gas gods, though. I don't want to give no money to the gas gods. No more gas money. Going to the gas gods. We got to have money to the electric gods now. No, I'm just kidding. No, we got to figure out a way to be self-sufficient. That's the real key. You know, when people say you got to be diversified, you got to have gold, silver, stocks, real estate. Okay, well, I got all that. Why do I still not feel safe? Oh, well, do you have cash? Yeah, I have some cash built up. Not a lot. I mean, are you debt-free? Yeah, I'm debt-free. Well, that sounds great. You're everywhere. No, we don't have it. We don't have anything. They could still shut our power off. They could still close down the grocery store. They could still do this. Oh, well, let me tell you guys what I think being diversified is. Diversified is having your own fresh water that nobody could take from you. I'm not talking a life straw with a swimming pool in your backyard. That's cool too. I wish I had that. But I'm talking about having some property with some sort of fresh water source on there that nobody could take from you. I'm talking about having food. I'm talking land with food, with wildlife that's just roaming wildly. You can go hunt and let them reproduce. On have 1,000 acres or so. I'm saying have some farmland up close, some as that you want to, you know, not roam wild, you know, maybe a few cattle and pigs and whatnot. But to really be diversified, I think that you have to be self-sufficient, and you have to be fully self-sufficient, not be dependable on anything. If you would like to go to get some spices or get stuff to you know, help your meals out, that's awesome, because, you know, we're living in it's 2021, we're living in the 21st century. Is that what it is, 21st century? Well, anyways, you know, we're not in medieval times here, so but just know that if something hits the fan, that, you know, you can live off of just your animals and your wheat and whatever else, and your fruits and vegetables you've been growing. And when you run out of seasonings and all that, you'll be good. But you should have some backup of some little bit of alcohol to just to be safe, and some medicine and different things like that. You know, bags of rice, bags of some beans, and some stuff. That's just now I have that. But man, the ultimate goal is to live off the land and to be self-sufficient, and to not have to worry about anybody telling you when you can eat, drink, go to the bathroom, or do whatever. You know, not telling you when you could have friends and you know, how we could live. We're gonna be self-sufficient and do all that on our own, and tell them how we should do it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is the best way to be the most diversified? Do you guys think it is with gold, silver, you know, commodities, stocks, real estate, cash heavy? What do you think it is? I honestly think that none of that means anything. I mean, I'd rather have bullets and ammunition. If shit really hit the fan, I'm not saying I would steal, because that's never the way. I'm on God's team. I'm on the good team. I would go use it to defend myself and to get stuff. Tell me if you met somebody that had a bunch of food and water or whatever, they're probably going to need an army to protect that food, and they'll probably happily feed you. So it's like, why not just use your weapons, ammunition for good, and be around the people that got the food. But what I'm saying is that, man, if those don't go bad, I'd rather just collect ammunition and just have a little bit of food and supplies, because I'll go get the rest of the supplies later when I team up with people. But I don't know about spending all this time and effort on stuff that could go bad and have to always be replacing it and whatnot. I think it's better just to have live animals roaming around and just eat them as you need. I heard that Wyoming is a good place to go, because I'm a Kanye West fan, and he was trying to buy up thousands of acres, and he was saying that all these states won't even let you do it. That he found out that there's a bunch of laws and that they don't want you owning a bunch of thousands and thousands of acres all next to each other. So he had to go to Wyoming, because Wyoming doesn't care. It's all snow, mountains, and whatnot. Well, he loves it. He's making a home for himself out there. I might have to go out there too, buy 1,000 acres out there in Wyoming, and make some sort of off-grid land property. Hopefully 1 year from now, that's what I could do, man. That'll be my 1 year goal. Because I want to off-grid. I want to be diversified enough to know that I can take care of myself. In 1 year, I want to be living on a farm, have some farmland, have some animals around, and be learning how to take care of the land. How fun would that be? Even to not know, just learning. Man, how cool. I mean, some people might be scared of that work. I like it. I appreciate it. I appreciate being able to be self-sufficient. Man, I was caught up in the culture. I wanted the Jordans, the Yeezys, the iPads, the all that stuff, and now all I want to do is be self-sufficient and know that I'll be okay every day, all day, with no worries. Well, I know that because I got Jesus, and I know that he's got a plan for me, and then when my plan's complete, I'm going home. Woohoo! Well, I'm going home to heaven. I hope that everybody listening gets to go home and make sure that their loved ones go home. Reminds me of my uncle right there. Well, home. Well, Jimmy, I hope you're at home, Uncle Jim. My Uncle Jimmy, he had Down syndrome. He would always tell me, put his finger like this and say, "Whoa, home. Whoa, home. You want me to go home?" He would sometimes come over to my house, get mad at me, and tell me to whoa home. I'd be like, "I am home. You whoa home." That's messed up, huh? I was like 8 years old arguing with my Uncle Jimmy. I was actually born on my Uncle Jimmy's 15th birthday. So we share the same birthday, September 8th. We're both Virgos. Got to go out to breakfast every year. My grandma would take me, she's old school. She's Democrat too, but she still was old school where she would say, "Oh, Dustin, you could pick the breakfast place. Your uncle's retarded. He don't know the difference." And I'd be like, "What, Grandma? Jimmy likes certain shit. He knows." She's like, "Yeah, I know. He does. He has his favorite places, but he won't care. I mean, he just likes, it's his birthday. He doesn't really care what place we go to. So, that's you." So I remember when they started making this thing that you couldn't say the word retarded, I was like, "Grandma, you hearing this? You can't say retarded." She goes, "Yeah, I understand. I understand where they're coming from and why people are getting upset, but, some people are retarded and some people are Down syndrome. It's actually different." And I go, "What? This whole damn time, I didn't know that. I thought Down syndrome, I thought it was all the same thing." She goes, "No, your Uncle Jimmy is actually not retarded. He's actually Down syndrome." I go, "Grandma, you're the one who used to say retarded." And she goes, "I know, I would just say that." But she was like, he's actually Down syndrome. He's not retarded." Oh, here we go. Okay. It reminds me of that Dave Chappelle joke where he's talking about the Asians, and he's like, do I look Chinese to you? And he goes, "Well, yeah. To an untrained eye, you all look the same." Oh man, I'm gonna get some real crap for that one, but it's like, man, I didn't know. I didn't know there was a difference to an untrained eye. I didn't know. Well, for all you guys that were like me and didn't know, now you know. There's Down syndrome, and then there's retardation, which is totally different. I Either way, those are God's special people, and they get direct tickets to heaven. I also found that out at the same time. Grandma used to tell me that all the time, even on Jimmy's bad days. She'd be like, oh, Jimmy, you're lucky you get a direct ticket to heaven, because you're getting on my last nerve. But he'd be messing with his mom, Uncle Jimmy, bless his heart. But yeah, those are God's special children, and they come to teach us lessons that we carry on forever. Jimmy, the kids would point when we would go places, and luckily I had a great dad, which was Jimmy's older brother, and he taught me how to be a good person and a good brother and a good sibling. But he would take us over to the people that were pointing and say, hey, you don't have to point. Like, he's just a normal little boy. He loves kids, and he like you. He loves you. You guys want to talk to him? You want to play with him? He loves baseball too. And the kids would be like, kind of like, and then he'd be like, yeah. And then Jimmy would try to communicate and talk and be having fun. And then next thing you know, the kids would be running around, and maybe some of them might laugh, some of them might be interested, and then they would go. But you gotta put it in front of them and not be scared of things that you don't know. You gotta love things that you don't know. Know that we're all God's children and special people. Man, I'm reminded every day how awesome my life was and how cool of a journey I've had. Man, God, you're so good. God, family, I'm sure your lives are awesome too. We just got to sit back and look at all the awesomeness He put into our life. It's just a state of mind. As soon as you realize how awesome life is, then you look at around you and everything's awesome around you. It's all up here. Love first, love hard. Love you, God, family.